I should warn you, this is my spoiler review of Netflix and Sony Animation's K-pop Demon Hunters. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. There's a lot to talk about. So, I am really impressed with Sony Animation these days. I mean, The Mitchells versus the Machines, Vivo, which came on Netflix, also very, very special to me. I mean, yes, everyone knows about Spider-Verse, but yeah, you guys should pay attention to what else they're making because they're making some really beautiful and interesting, just really fun films. I will admit that some of them are ridiculously goofy. None of them have the excellent writing of Spider-Verse, but still the emotional impact, and they're memorable and they're funny and just so witty. It's wonderful. And now we have the K-pop Demon Hunters. A silly, silly concept that was every bit the joy the trailer promised and a little bit more. The plot is exactly what it promises to be. Yeah. They are pop singers who apparently train to be pop singers in the same vein that they train to be hunters. Because in this story, the first hunters did use their magic voices to, create a barrier with demons. Sometimes the demons slip, but apparently the magic of music is what's keeping demons at bay. And I just love that, music really connects people so strongly. I love that I'm seeing that in movies these days, like most recently Sinners and that Pixar movie Soul, where, it's that little hmm, it's just that thing that traps your heart and really just helps you connect with people and feel bigger than yourself. Yeah, this movie does that. Maybe I'm just a sucker for a catchy pop song, but damn, the pop music is so good. Now, I can count on one hand how much media I've gotten from Korean culture, like a few movies, some friends may watch some K-dramas, but no. God, even with what little I know about it, I do feel like it was well represented in this. Game shows in Korea are usually a lot sillier. I mean, American game shows always just make people pick a button to press, but no, in these, it's more like a big old dare thing where people couldn't get hurt. And they're brave. I respect that. Also, I love the bowing thing where the team member who was originally from America, she has the hardest time getting really low because she's just not as used to it as her teammates. It was a little detail, but I really enjoyed that. Oh, and I found out that from this, tigers are a big thing in Korean culture. And also, it is the belief that, Korea is shaped like a tiger roaming up. I'll never look at it the same way again. But also, just the sweet goofiness of it and how incredibly femme this movie is. I feel like that is also a thing in Korean movies, how wonderfully silly. Yes. Of course, there is great integrity, and the characters are people, but the silliness, they go hard on it, and they pull it off so well. The humor is good, and the action is better. Ugh. I just want to rewatch this movie because I want to see, the action, pop song sequences, because they are so good. How you will rewatch Has Been Hotel because the songs in the animation just hit so hard? This movie does that, just in the style of superheroed K-pop singers. Okay, so who are our characters? You have Rumi, who, again, this is a spoiler review, she's the blossom of their Powerpuff Girl trio. She's the leader, the level-headed one, the serious one. She isn't without her own sweetness and a bit of an ego, but in general, she just wants to help people. But her big secret that was not put in the trailer, I'm so proud of the trailer right now. Our dear Rumi with her big old purple braid is part demon, and there are a lot of parts in this movie that make me surprised that's only rated PG, but Rumi's backstory is one of them. It's never explicitly said, but they said she was a mistake when she was born, and her mom died, her dad was Demon Hunter, so again, even though it wasn't said, I don't think Rumi's conception was consensual. And that is dark, and would explain why her, replacement mom, a dear, beloved team member of, Rumi's generation. Rumi's mother was part of the previous girl band that fought demons, died. She was raised by a teammate who was not as supportive as she could be. Like, the girls don't go for her for help. Yeah, she's more of the person they just, like, don't want to tell bad things to. And that plays into the climax pretty well in a very sad way. But yeah. Rumi loves her friends, but she's also the one that will sigh the most. We have Zoe, the American. Well, yeah, she grew up in America, and, she's the bubbles, she's the sweetie pie, but she's also their lyricist, and she's very clever. And, the fact that she's a little bit of a silly nuthead really makes sense that she's a lyricist, in my opinion. But no, she just has this thing where she's always smiling while she's destroying, like, the demon monsters, and it's so sweet and cute. And then you have Mira, the tall, snarky one, and oh God, does her tongue just like hiss like a snake with the snark she drops. And she pays attention. It's nice to have, one of those in the story. It is, yeah. Her low voice, and she just like is never really faking the like tough I'm angry at stuff thing. Like, there are lots of moments where, I was expecting them to reveal that, but no, she is genuinely angry. And that was fun. So yeah, they're a team, they're BFFs. You've seen this kind of trio before, you've seen these temperaments. It might not be new, but it's still a lot of fun. One thing I did not love and appreciate was, even though these ladies do, like, obviously enjoy eating and being lazy, they are only allowed to be so skinny. Yeah. It would be nice to see a little more muscle on female characters, especially when they're doing action-y stuff. But I dream. I dream. Though the action-y stuff was still pretty damn gorgeous. Like, I'm just not talking about their cute, like, semi-matching outfits and the beautiful way their weapons are created. It's just the absolute, like, snap, like, fastest sound action. Like, that's the main reason you want to rewatch this movie and, like, just rewatch the music videos on YouTube, is just to, like, watch the action. Like, you could pause every few seconds and see something new, and yeah, the songs are catchy and fun, so you don't mind watching it again. And other catchy, fun songs, the girls' big, evil, like, counterparts are a boy band. They're demons pretending to be humans. Yeah. Is it cheesy? Yes. Is it fun? It also is, yes. And yes, the main, like, boy leader of the boy band is Rumi's love interest, because, hey, he finds out that she's part demon, and even though it was kind of reversed, where he was born human, became demon, yeah, they actually do, to me, it feels like a pretty natural conversation that they have, talking about how, they both hate his demon boss, but hate hasn't killed him yet. So that is the thing I loved most about this movie's writing, was our characters find an option C. Like, yeah, we tried this one way, we tried the other way. Let's try a whole new way that no one else suggested until, like, the third act. And I thought it, like, succeeded so well. Again, this isn't a terribly complicated movie, but the way it's paced and what you kind of, just want to see happen does happen, and it's done so lovely. And they have an adorable manager. And the manager's actually nice and cares about them. He honestly works kind of like a fanboy, but, actually tells people, hey, you're looking good. Places on the set. He's voiced by Kim Jong, and I'm sorry, just after so many rewatches of Community, I only see or hear that man as Ben Chang. And even though he is nothing but good and supportive to our heroines, I keep waiting for him to, like, twist and become evil. It doesn't happen, I swear to God. This man is basically made out of caramel. He bleeds sugar and he loves his heroines. And yeah, he's that normie friend who's kept out of the loop of all the crazy stuff they're doing. But he does love them, and it's sweet. But no, that voice I do not trust. I'm not saying he's a bad actor, nothing of that, but he's a good actor with the Changnesia. It haunts me. Anywho, so do I think this movie needs a sequel? No. Right now, I do not. Mostly because I'm just, like, anti-sequel right now. Damn you, Disney. No, I just want to watch this movie and get my feels and just appreciate pretty, pretty, pretty animation and pretty, pretty, pretty little outfits. And does this want me to open my mind to other Korean stuff? I mean, I doubt I'll find something as satisfying as this, where, I get my ridiculous fantasy action along with cute outfits and songs, but I think it's opened my heart to, wanting to listen to more silly songs. If I can have one complaint about this movie, it is at the climax. Again, spoiler, I'll say it one more time. Where, yes, the whole Rumi has been hiding her, demon heritage. It's shown with these like patterns that kind of look like these veiny scars. And it turns into the very cliche plot, especially in animated films, where it's like, you've been lying to us this whole time. The way it's done, like the suspense of it and the twist, like they use their own lyrics against them and it makes sense. It does. That made sense, but I just feel like more could have been said in that moment. There could have been more anger. Instead, it was just all shock and poor Rumi crying. And I don't know, I just felt like it could have had more screaming. I feel like females don't get to scream enough, except in the Harley Quinn show. But Harley's crazy, so I don't know, I just wanted something else. Something a little bit more in that scene. But that's my only complaint. Like the beginning, the end, the middle, all fun, all like builds up and makes sense. It does. Do I believe that, all lyrics and choreography happens like only existing in the group? No, I think most like, teenage or super young bands are all choreographed by, creepy adult managers and just, are puppets in some ways, but I'm happy to be wrong. I'm happy to think that, yeah, people who become successful, like pop stars, are living their dreams. I want to believe that. But if I can't believe it in real life, at least I can enjoy it in this animated film. So, do I think this movie is for anyone? Well, for the people that, yeah, compared to Totally Spies and like Totally Spies and just want to see something super girly but also actiony, it's perfect. For people who just want to see an animated film, yeah, I think for people who love animation and music and just like high energy, it's great. It's super great. Do I think people who aren't open to Korean culture and zaniness would like this? Not really. I think you have to be in a very zany mood and you have to be in like a hardcore like pop mood to really enjoy this. Do I think kids would like it? Sure, I think, yeah, this will definitely like sink into the hearts of kids because the music is so catchy and yeah, there are scenes where the music is playing so hard to like the story. It does so well. There are a few moments where I am surprised that this movie is rated PG. The dark moments and frankly a lot of the sexy moments. Yes, they have those, I'm not kidding. Yeah. So I enjoyed this movie. I can see myself rewatching it a lot. Yeah, yeah. I can't wait for the cosplaying to like, recreate these outfits because they are awesome. So, K-pop Demon Hunters. I loved you. I'm happy to rewatch you and tell other people to rewatch you. If you haven't seen it yet, go for it.